Hey guys, so today is Saturday. So over the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, we're gonna take a review on the markets and how everything has been playing out. So we're gonna start with the S&P 500 here, right? So what we're really gonna do is just zoom out. So we can see here the S&P 500 has broken the previous highs over here of 47.79, and we are pushing, right now. So what does this price action say to me at the moment? At the moment for the S&P 500, we've broken out of this consolidation, and we are heading higher. If we look at the how candlesticks are forming, right now, we would need to break this low for us to even consider a reversal. But really, there's no indication for me to think that we're going to be breaking underneath this area, right? So right now, the S&P 500, just from a market structure point of view, if we go on the 4 hour or on the daily time frame, we do have this bearish engulfing candle. So we could get a retest of this area and then head further higher next week. If you look at Bitcoin now has reached new highs. We've broken this high. So really, guys, what's going to happen, what we can anticipate is that the market is really going to start taking off right now, right? We've been calling purchases over here, and we've really been on track, and you know yeah, we've really just been on track tracking this throughout the last 12 months. We see the USDT dominance falling back down to this area, so we can anticipate that the USDT dominance will get down to level over here. Probably might get some type of pullback when we get to this area, but really looking for us to head down to this percentage right here, right? And so we were anticipating that from January we had this push down that the Bitcoin's price was going to increase, right? Because the USDT dominance is the flow between Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies and the USD, so the biggest stable coin in the cryptocurrency market, right? So there's that. Let's actually also look at the total market cap. So if we look at the total market cap, guys, we are approaching all-time highs. However, I will say this: we have broken this area here. We are approaching this area here. So this is a significant area. So once we actually do get above this area here, there's a high probability we're just going to break the highs and move into more exponential price movement, right? So that's for that. We look at ETH. ETH is also approaching a significant area. So just pull this across, so we may get a pullback, but if we do get a pullback, guys, it's not that big of a deal. We are still before the halving, so having a pullback coming down to this area is not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? So you guys always want to consider that. If we look at the BLX and the chart that we've had here, guys, this is kind of what we were discussing over the last 12 months. Was this a smart money accumulation area, and then the retail market phase, and then eventually the blow off top back into the next cycle. So we are looking to, we were positioned, if you've been listening, you were positioned in this market, and please do consider that COVID happened at this time, right? Most of the times we are getting a nice push up in price before the halving, and then we head further higher. So you can see that that's happening right now. So just consider, we could have a nice pullback down to 45. Definitely something that we could definitely have right here down to 45, 46, 47, and then head further higher. So that's something that's not out of the ordinary, and it would still maintain market structure on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, so on the daily time frame, as well as with Bitcoin, on the daily time frame, guys, we could always come, if we break this low, then there's a high chance we come back down to this area. But as candles are shaping up, we made an area here, so we'd have to at least break below here for us to consider getting down to this area. If we broke below this area, then the next area to test would be here, and then we can anticipate a reversal further up. So we are getting close to the halving, so you just want to consider that we are getting there, man. We're definitely getting there. A lot of individuals think the end of this year would be the end of the market. It could be end of next year, who knows. Normally when the halving does happen, after the halving there's about a 500 days. Here we have about 490 days, and then so the last two, that's how many days in between. So if we look at this one, that's about 400 days. So it could be August of 2025. And again, the time doesn't really matter. You just want to consider just reading the price and the market structure and how things are going, right? That's really how we want to gauge things. So let's look at some S&P companies. So we're going to look at Tesla today. So Tesla right now, guys, it is been looking bearish, like we have said. I brought this up maybe last year, is that Tesla is breaking lows. So we've broken this low from here to here. We came up here, got to this demand zone. This demand exhaustion zone got rejected, and we've just been heading lower and lower for Tesla. So if we break this area, the next area would be here, but you got to consider this does look like a nice Wyckoff distribution for us to head further down for Tesla, right? So the price people have been selling off in this area, and it looks like we could start heading lower for Tesla. If we look at Microsoft, guys, Microsoft has been pushing very nice. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia is having no signs of slowdowns right now for Nvidia. The only consideration now, if we look on the daily time frame, is we do have this bearish engulfing candle. So it looks like we'll get a pullback in the price somewhere. It could be this area right here. Could be this area right here. But yeah, so this would be a nice area for the prices to pull back to. If we break below this low, we could consider coming all the way back to this area. So if we break below this low right here, we could consider coming back down to this area right here, right? So first area would be here. Doesn't mean that the Nvidia can't have a nice bullish engulfing candle or candles right after to keep pushing the price, but that's something that you guys wanted to consider for Nvidia. Is if you were considering getting in, maybe consider getting in at this level at 737 or 738, or if we have a bullish engulfing candle that breaks above, you could take that entry there. Okay, so we're gonna look at some macro indicators. We're gonna look at the VIX. So right now the VIX, it is showing a bit of higher lows and higher highs, so it is showing some strength right now. So you can see that it's making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, and higher lows right now. So that is an indication to us that, hey, we could see a pullback in the price, right? So the VIX looks like it's ready to make a move higher, right? So you got to consider is that if we overlay the S&P 500 with the VIX, as the VIX was moving further down, the S&P 500 was pushing up, and you can see we had this nice push down in the VIX, and the S&P 500 was having a nice run at the same time. So just to consider that we are having a higher low, higher low, higher low scenario, is that we could see some type of pullback right? If we look at the TLT is pushing up. So normally when that happens, that's an indication that people are moving risk off. So that's something to consider. Let's look at the 10 versus 2 year. Jeez. Holy. Okay, so we're looking at the 10 versus 2 year right now, guys. So right now with the 10 versus 2 year, we are still making higher lows on the yield right now, the 10 versus 2 year yield. So, once we break above here, it's, 6 to 12 months where we could have a massive pullback in the price. So that's something that you guys want to consider. But we have not crossed over right now and uninverted. If you look at the real estate market is pushing up right now. Yeah, so looks like the real estate market's gonna have a reversal and prices are going to increase. So we've broken above this area right here. Right, so it does look like we're making higher lows and higher highs right now. So we're breaking above this area here, so it does look like real estate market is going to reverse. And we have this area right here for us to look for us to test. So that would be a nice area for us to consider what will happen. But yeah, this is definitely signs of reversal for the real estate market, guys. So that's good for anyone that has been holding. If we look at mortgage rates looks like we're having this rejection here. And again, when mortgage rates do come down, the real estate market does push up. So that's something that we always consider. DXY is getting weaker. And we have this bearish engulfing candle, very strong as we're on this support. So if we break below this support, that could be a good sign for Bitcoin, right? So lastly, we're going to look at the Bitcoin dominance, guys. Altcoins have been performing well. However, you want to consider this is that Bitcoin dominance has not yet shot down. We are at a significant level of resistance. However, the Bitcoin dominance has not, really pushed down as yet. However, if you look at the RSI, we do see weakness right here. Right, we do see some weakness in the RSI while we're against this resistance. If we probably zoom in, we can see a little bit more details of what's going on. I mean, it's just consolidating now, so we could be in a distribution and heading further down. So So if we look here, guys, we're just in a consolidation zone at the moment for this. Yeah, so we're just consolidating right now, guys. So something to really consider. You could have a better decision if we break above or below, but right now it's really just consolidating. There is, maybe more weakness on the bearish side, as we do have this weakness here. However, we have this nice push up that broke this area here. So until we break below this low, then we can consider a move down. So what happens in this area on the 1 hour time frame, if we break below, that would be very good for altcoins. And if we look at the total 2, guys, total 2 is approaching previous all-time highs, getting close to that. And it looks like we're going to have a massive run for altcoins. We've already had a massive run for altcoins, guys. Look at that. 120% on the market cap. Right, so that's really it for today, guys. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll be posting this maybe once on the weekend so you guys can see how the market is doing as we're doing this challenge in the week. You know, so Monday to Friday we're going to be posting the prop firm accounts, and over the weekend we're going to be posting, maybe one video of Bitcoin, what's going on in the total markets, this bull market, what's going on, so you guys can stay informed. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. All this information is for entertainment purposes only. All right, enjoy your day. Thanks.